Steve Dulcich might be best known for building wild muscle cars, dropping knowledge bombs on Roadkill Garage, and tinkering in that dusty Vineyard garage. But behind the chaos and the grease, there's a quieter story. A family life that most fans know little to nothing about. We all love his wild projects and eccentric style, but have you ever wondered who Steve goes home to when the cameras stop rolling? Well, buckle in, because today we're giving you a rare look inside the personal life of one of automotive television's most private legends. Meet Steve Dulcich's wife, his daughter Emily, and his son James, the real MVPs behind the madness. Let's start with what everyone's been asking. Who is Steve Dulcich's wife? Unlike Steve's on-camera personality, his wife lives completely outside the public eye. She's never appeared on the show, doesn't show up in YouTube vlogs, and isn't tagged in any of Steve's online posts. But according to a close source, we now know something important. Steve's wife is originally from New Zealand. That's right. During a lesser-known chapter of his life, Steve spent a good amount of time in New Zealand. And it's believed that's where he met the woman who would eventually become his partner and the mother of his kids. They've been together for over 2 decades, and while her identity remains private, fans close to the Dulcich circle confirm that they built a life together rooted in both hemispheres. Part Kiwi, part California muscle. The couple had 2 children together, a daughter Emily and a son, James. Both were raised on the Dulcich Vineyard property, which longtime fans might recognize as the unofficial backdrop of Steve's garage builds. That grapevine-covered patch of land has seen more than just burnout smoke. It's where the Dulcich kids grew up, far from the spotlight, and close to their dad's passion for all things automotive. Now, let's talk about Emily Dulcich, the daughter you may have seen, but probably didn't know much about. Emily is no stranger to the camera, though she doesn't seek it out. She's occasionally appeared in photos and video clips alongside Steve, and she's even helped on a few automotive projects. Her presence online is minimal, but enough to give fans a glimpse of her personality, and one detail that catches everyone's attention is her accent. Yep, if you've listened closely, you've probably noticed it. Emily Dulcich has a noticeable New Zealand, or at least a hybrid Kiwi-American, accent. That's not by accident. It reflects the time her family spent abroad and her upbringing, influenced by both cultures. Emily's personal style mirrors a bit of her dad's, laid back, a little rebellious, and completely unique. She's got that blend of artistic flair and gearhead grit that just makes sense if you grew up in the Dulcich household. And while she's not trying to be an influencer or star, her Instagram and online activity hint at a creative, free-spirited young woman who deeply respects where she came from, even if she's carving her own path now. And now, the lesser-known member of the Dulcich crew, James Dulcich. James is Steve's son, and like his mother, he stayed completely out of the public eye. You won't find many photos of him online, and he's never popped up in any Motor Trend features. But close sources confirm he exists, and more importantly, he's just as private as his mom. Some fans speculate he might be the more reserved sibling, choosing a life far from engines and social media. Others believe he may be involved in Steve's off-camera work, helping out behind the scenes at the Vineyard, or even assisting with home projects. Either way, James has clearly chosen a quieter life, and in a family that's had its fair share of public attention, you can't blame him. The entire Dulcich family reportedly still lives together on the Vineyard property. It's more than just a backdrop for car builds, it's home. And even if the place looks like organized chaos, with a few Mopars buried under grapevines, it's where the real Dulcich story plays out. Meals, memories, projects, and family life that isn't edited for TV. And let's be honest, that's part of the charm. Steve Dulcich has always been a little offbeat. He doesn't play by the rules. His garage is filled with half-finished classics, his wiring jobs might make an electrician sweat, and his hair could use a comb. But that's him. And now we know, behind the legend, there's a family, rooted in loyalty, built quietly over decades, and living just outside the limelight. So next time you see Steve pulling a rusty dart out of the bushes or welding something questionable, remember, there's a New Zealand-born partner who stood by him through it all, a daughter named Emily with a cross-continental accent and creative soul, and a son named James who's chosen privacy over popularity. They're the silent co-stars of his journey. And maybe that's what makes Steve Dulcich so captivating. He's not just a builder of cars, he's a builder of life, messy, real, and full of heart. If you've enjoyed this deeper dive into the Dulcich family, hit that like button to show some love. Drop a comment if you've ever wondered what it's like growing up in a garage full of classics. And don't forget to subscribe. We're bringing you the real stories behind your favorite faces from automotive TV. Because the garage may be loud, but sometimes the quietest details tell the most powerful stories.